Hey guys, how are you? I'm back with another video. I hope you're doing well. And let's just start. So today's video is about the Anna Huang formula of writing. What is that formula? I have mentioned it in some of my other videos, previous videos, that what Anna Huang does is that she has this one story that she puts on every each one of her books with different character names, different tropes, and different smart scenes. She intentionally or unintentionally write dialogues or scenes that she knows are going to get picked up in the book community, the bookstagram and the book talk community. um, and that's it. That's the formula, secret formula for what she is writing. Okay, so a lot of these writers like Anna Huang, Ollie Hazelwood, Rena Kent follows the same pattern. I will not be mentioning Rena Kent as much in this video because even though people from Bookstagram and that I follow, people who are my friends who have read her books, even though they have told me that she essentially does the same, she just changes the trope. She writes a smart scene, and because she's writing so many books, it all seems after two or three books, you feel like you have been reading the same thing with different character names and different tropes. But even though they have said it, I'm not going to mention it that much in this book, in this video, because I have not personally read Rena Kent's book. I've tried reading, it might be here somewhere. If you can see, I don't know, it has to be here somewhere. Um, Forget it. I have got one of her books. I have read 12 pages of it. The guy sexually assaulted the girl. He was the main character, by the way, and it was such a turn off for me. I have said, consent is my kink. So, but I'll be reading because I have bought it. And secondly, there is this one book in the series that there's always construction noise when you're trying to film, guys. Anywho, so like I was saying, there's one book in the series, God of, I don't know, whatever God of series she has written. There's this one book that people say is so much better than the other book. It's probably God of War. So I'll be reading it now. I do not know if I should skip whatever is before that, or and should dive in just for that book, dive into it, or I have to like suffer through all the books to get to the good one. I don't know about that. I have not decided what I'm going to do, but yeah, Rena Kent will be spared in this video because um I have not read her, and so it will be a complete injustice if I start commenting on others that I have not read yet. So we are not going to be doing that. But Anna Huang, I am a fan of Anna Huang. I'm a fan of Ollie Hazelwood. um, and whatever I'm going to say in this video does not mean that they are not good writers, because see, it's so simple, right? Like I have mentioned, a good story, just change the trope, write good smart scene, write two three great dialogues which are going to work for the book community, and that's it. But why not everybody is doing that? Because simply they do not have that discipline to do all the work. So I'm not going to take it away from these writers saying that, oh, anybody can do that. No, nobody can do that. Only selected few who have this actual passion for writing can do that. But story wise, these are all the same. I have been reading Anna Huang for so long. I have said that they are my guilty pleasure authors, which brings me in my other videos, which has brought me to make a video separately for this one, because people were saying that you need to justify what you're saying. But um, And I think like this is going to be a small video because you can see if you have read Anna Huang and you are commenting on my Bookstagram or like messaging me on Bookstagram saying that no, these are all different, be a little bit unbiased towards your favorite author. She is my favorite as well, but I'm going to call it as it is. I mean, billionaire guy, how she's getting so many billionaires is a great question as well. Formula for a bestseller apparently these days. But yeah, so billionaire, um great girl, same story, like betrayed by a trusty someone, and the tropes were different. What was the trope in this one, by the way? The trope was a stalkerish. I don't know what the trope was in this one. Age gap? No. There was some trope that I forget to get the memo of. Anyway, is this book without trope? I don't know, man. Let's move on to another one. Twisted Love. Brother's best friend is the trope. Billionaire. This sunshiny girl, her name is literally Sunshine, given to her by her boyfriend, and betrayed by someone very trustworthy. So that was the whole story. Great smart scenes, thoroughly enjoyed those. um what else was there? The painting scene was something that you know picked on in the book community, where he goes, I thought this was expensive and billionaire with B. So, all these dialogues, remedy for a good, like, not ingredients for a good bestseller these days. So, as much as I enjoy these books, same goes with Ollie Hazelwood. I have read a lot of her books, except Love Theoretically and the newer ones, because, like I said, Bride put me in a slump when it comes to Ollie Hazelwood. I will say this, she does the same. The only difference is the women are in STEM. Even though she gives them like different professions, but they're all related to STEM. So that is a big representation, and I enjoy her books. I enjoy them absolutely and thoroughly. It's not a reading year until I read Anna Huang or Ollie Hazelwood, but they are following the same pattern. So I'm guessing like you have to have a good story if you want to be a writer. You have to have a good story. Try this formula, guys. Like it's selling. If you have a good story, change the tropes, change the smart scenes, and voila, change the character names. Make those characters from your earlier novel, make them have an appearance in the later ones, make it a part of series, and it's so good. It's working on me, by the way. Look at the back of this. Like I the range I have, I'm so proud of and ashamed at the same time. But sometimes I would read Dostoevsky, and I would read Margaret Mead, I would read um, Nathaniel Hawthorne, classics, and then I'll go on and I'll read Runix, I will read Anna Huang, I will read Ollie Hazelwood. So yeah, you must have the range. You must be, if you are a true book lover, do it, do it. You have to do it. So yeah, that is it. That is for the video, and I don't know what explanation people, some like three people needed for this, but you can read the book, guys. You can read the book and see for yourself. It's it's literally the same story. I'm sorry, calling it as it is. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.